Well, good day, smart traders, and welcome to another weekly market review. Just to introduce myself, my name is Francois du Plessis. I am the senior analyst and trading specialist here at Smart Online Trader. I'm also a licensed FSCA financial advisor and trader, and I've been in the trading industry for a little bit over 7 years now. Before we do get started, kindly just familiarize yourself with the risk disclosure currently on your screen. Bear in mind that everything that I will be sharing during this video is purely my opinion of the market and should not be taken as financial advice. Should you want to read this disclosure in more detail, it is available on our website. So let's kick things off with the economic calendar for the past week. So looking at our economic calendar for the last week, primarily this week, we saw that the US inflation rate, so that is our CPI report right over here, was in primary focus during this specific week. The inflation report came out slightly higher than expected, but lower than it was predicted. The inflation rate came out slightly higher than expected, but lower than our previous month's figures. And this obviously created massive movements in the market. This also created that prior to the CPI, so that is our inflation rate data being released, that we actually had quite a few dead days during this week. And we are going to look at those as we get into our actual charts for today as well. We also had a little bit earlier in the week, we had our FMOC meeting minutes that was released over here, and a little bit of movement on our GDP pairs with our Great British Pound releasing its GDP data. So that being said, let's have a look at what actually happened within the market. And so kicking things off, we are going to start by having a look at the dollar index. Now we can see here on this specific pair that we started the week off very bullish. We started the week off, and our first 2 days within the market had quite a nice bit of momentum that took place. Then on Wednesday, as I said, prior to that CPI data, we had basically nothing happen on that day, and it was a dead day as traders were literally sitting in anticipation for that CPI data to be released. After the CPI data was released, we saw a massive strengthening in the dollar short term, and then there's a lot of traders that thought, you know what, we overcompensated a bit, and we had that massive pullback that happened late during Thursday's trading. And then afterwards, we had that massive spike again during Friday's trade, and this obviously made that the dollar ended the week on a high note. This rally within the dollar index caused other pairs such as the Euro USD, AUD USD, CAD USD, and even the JPY, so that is our Japanese yen, to all fall to yearly lows again. This even included gold. So we are going to start just by looking at that as well. So here, looking at our gold prices for the week, we saw as well our week starting off super bearish. With Monday, we have this massive drop here in gold, and that drop just kind of continuing once we broke through this primary resistance. And we could see there for about a day or two, we had a little bit of rejection on that resistance. On Thursday, when the CPI report came out, we had that massive drop within the first hour. Then we had a bit of a retracement, and then that bearish momentum just continued during Friday's trade, and then the week ending gold on a price of 1,644. The exception to all our currencies, though, decreasing or losing value against the dollar would be the cable. So that is our Great British Pound USD pair. And if we have a look here, so here we can see, yes, the week started off slightly bearish. Then the pound released its GDP data, and we had that massive bullish momentum starting to kick into the market. That followed through on Thursday after the US inflation rate report, and we saw a slight bit of a correction on Friday. However, this leaving us with a massive amount of trading opportunities going into this week. So dropping our Great British Pound USD pair down to a lower time frame, here we can actually see that our EMAs are starting to turn bullish. So starting to showing a bit of strength. We are also above this support level at the moment. So going into next week, we'll probably look to see what this pair does, see if we can get a rejection on the support level, and then see if we can buy this to those higher levels there on our channel. Or are we going to break through this support level and then sell down to our bottom part of that channel, or even further down, so bottom part of the channel over here, and if we break that channel to sell down to these previous lows down on this support level over here. So those are some of our options going into next week on this specific pair. Then having a look at some of our other commodities, such as crude oil. Crude oil obviously not having the best week. We saw massive bearish momentum. On Wednesday, crude oil was down 7% already for the week. We saw a little bit of a bounce on Thursday with that inflation report data coming out, but then just the continuation of that downward momentum. And during this week and at the end of last week, we saw the OPEC plus countries cutting their output by more than 2 million barrels a day, and even escalating that to further cuts during 2023. And this despite of the fact that the International Energy Agency warned that if they continue to do this, this could put us in a recession from of a global aspect. So you're just going to have a look now at what we can expect during next week. So moving over to a lower time frame. So here we are on the 4-hour, and we can still see that our EMAs here are still bullish. Okay, so our EMAs haven't crossed yet. We're still in some bullish momentum here, and we are now at the top of our channel over here. So initially, about 2 weeks ago, we saw a break of that channel over here. We had some buying opportunities. It came back down. We came down to the support, which is now resistance. So now we need to have a look from here as to what is going to happen now. For me here, I'm currently sitting out a little bit until more clear direction enters into the market. What do I mean by this? I want a break above this resistance level before I would start looking for buying opportunities, or I want to break back into this channel and a break below this support level. So those is what I'm going to be waiting for on this specific pair. I'm going to be waiting for a break above that resistance or a break below that support, and then I will start looking for trades, looking for entry positions, as that is where I will feel most safe and secure regarding my trading decisions. Lastly for today, having a look at Nasdaq, ending the week down 5% from where we started off, having a massive bearish week in the first 3 days. And then during Thursday's US inflation report, dropping 3% down to the bottom of our channel over here, and then recovering with that massive 5% bounce back up to this level around here. And then during Friday's trade, we saw a move back up to our resistance and then a sell-off, ending the week off, as I said, with that 5% drop in the market, or a little bit more than 5%. But during next week, now looking to see if we can sell down to, firstly, the bottom of our channel again, which also correlates with our support level, or maybe just that little bit further down to our monthly 72 EMA over here as a bit more of a psychological level, from where we can then see to maybe buy back up to this resistance level over here, which will then also correlate with our 21 EMA, or even worst case scenario, breaking that 10,000 level and breaking that bottom trend line, that bottom support as well, and then selling to new yearly lows. So that is it from me for this week. If you would like to get in touch with us, our contact details are currently on your screen. You can either WhatsApp us, call us, send us an email, or visit our website for more details about our coaching opportunities, as well as us assisting you with your trades via our trading channels and education platforms. So please get in touch with us as soon as possible so that we can assist you in improving your trading. May you all have a fantastic, blessed weekend further and a profitable week next week. So as always, may the pips be with you. Cheers.